Alright guys, what's going on? This is a 3v3 battle. I'm Nihilies, and I'm here with...
Invictus.
So who have we got today? It looks like we have HoS and CoH in a 3v3.
Yep, we got Aragon commanding Scythia. He's from the Kiddo clan, not HoS. HoS Zeke, and Faggot Killer's Saint.
Great.
So,
and who are they playing against?
they're playing against Tacitus, the Crusaders of Hell. Armenia, we got Nidintu, and commanding Pontus, we have CoH Down.
Alright, cool. So, I guess we can quickly go over the builds here.
Yeah, looks like Zeke has 4 chariots, 5 legionnaires, and 4 Javcav. Saint has, it looks like 6 pikes, and they're hiding, but I think he has 6 companions, gold, silver, and he has 2 Greek cav, gold. Over here we have Scythia, commanded by Aragon, and he's got 4 chosen archers, a dog, 2 peasants, and it looks like 4 regular archers, and
2
some of these elite bowmen. One elite bowman and one weird one.
One weird one.
So we got 6 maidens, of course. I like the maidens. They got nice axes. So,
well, they're going up against Armenia, Rome, and Pontus, is it?
Yeah, so kind of a faction disadvantage, to be honest, because Seleucids in a team game is not really quite as good as Pontus, and Scythia and Rome, that goes for Rome, and Armenia versus Macedon's closer.
Right. So let's look at the CoH builds here.
Sure. It looks like for Nidintu, we have a lot of light cav.
A lot of light cav there, yeah, indeed. So we've got like what, 4 cataphracts, 6 archers probably.
Yeah.
And like maybe 6 pikes, is it, or 5?
Yeah, 5.
And then like 2 horse archers and 2 Arabs.
Yeah. So for attack, we got, looks like 2 urbans, 4 archer ox, 4 Roman archers, 5 Praetorians.
And then Pontus,
we've got Dowd, who's brought 6 pikes,
6 archers,
4 chariots, 6 archers, 2 chariot archers. Looks like 3 chariots actually. And he's also gone with a force of
looks like
3 of these Numidian. I mean not Numidian. Sorry, Pontic light cav.
And also, it looks like Tacitus had some of his own light cav over on their left flank there. Maybe it was a couple of cavox.
Right.
Yeah, 3 cavox.
And so there's gonna be some action on this flank early, but we're gonna triple because the game is quite long. So Nidintu skirmishing, and Saint's got this weird line of pikes with this pike totally exposed, which I don't really get. But I guess that's he's fixing it now. Or not really. Looks like he's gonna keep with that one pike kind of exposed.
Yeah.
But
let's see. So there's a massive like skirmish force on the CoH left flank there, and some like a lesser one here with the Armenians. And looks like they're just gonna try to go for a surround here.
Yeah, I like what Saint's done just to put all the archers there. It's like, don't fuck with my flank.
Yeah, and until like the Armenians push up their own archers, there's no threat, and especially with the chosen archers here, they have a good archer force. And
we're totally unbiased, so we're gonna look at it from the CoH perspective or CoH perspective now. Looks like Dowd's trying to skirmish, but he's not really doing that much.
Yep.
Neither is Nidintu at the moment. So I'll go over back to where over to where Armenia is.
Yeah, we can. I mean, there's definitely just a little bit of skirmishing here. Not too much to be seen.
It looks like the pike has taken a little bit of damage. Looks like
Yeah,
54 and 30 on the archers, so definitely some
that's
damage.
significant. Yeah. They need the HOS team needs to get some of their own skirmishing done on the at least some of the enemy units here just to even the score.
Yeah, it's kind of a big skirmishing disadvantage. It's lucky that they have two eastern factions which have those really shitty archers.
Yeah, really.
Because that'll help them later in the skirmish fight, but if you just see how much light cav CoH has, it's pretty...
Yeah, it's insane. It's gotta be over at least 10. Yeah, 10 plus.
Yeah, it's... And
Four
I
there,
think, I think overall,
6.
HoS is doing a pretty good job to, you know, mitigate the damage. And looks like Dowd's just kind of lost a chariot. Or it's coming into the Jav Cav. It might do something. No.
No, it just got
Looks
routed.
like it's just gonna, yeah. So
Too
that
much.
was quite a waste.
Yeah, it's so unsupported. I mean, there's just not too much you can get done.
Which means that now Zeke has 2 chariots advantage over Dowd.
That's definitely huge.
Yeah. Especially in a game where they're down in the skirmish fight, they're going to need those extra chariots because they're more likely to lose
Chariots
to
yeah.
flaming missiles.
Yeah, they're really everything they can get here.
Looks like Tak has actually migrated his Jav Cav all the way around the battlefield, which seems like a weird move. Like,
and perhaps he just wanted to even out the skirmishing because Pontus has a lot of skirmishers on that flank, so perhaps he just wanted to aid the Armenian efforts, which have been pretty successful all in all, I would say. I mean, they've definitely damaged the pikes and those archers to a significant
that pike
degree.
has definitely taken some pretty nice punishment, and this archer I think is down in
27. That's half strength.
So that's definitely not, paying off for the horse archers just yet, but I mean, in due time I think they will. But the thing is those horse archers really need to pay big because Nadintu has chosen to bring only 4 cataphracts, which...
Yeah, and those light cav are all going to have to do very, very well to allow those cataphracts and the smaller number of heavy cav to perform effectively, which could be risky.
Right. And Dowd's pikes are only gold silver, and I think Legionnaires are already better without being gold. So I think that Zeke has a pretty serious quality advantage.
Yeah, I mean, overall, and especially if you can start getting the chariots in and just like being annoying. Obviously not into the front, of course, but that 2 chariot advantage can just become huge.
Yep. And Zeke's got a very nice sort of cutting off of Dowd's skirmishing movement. Yeah,
the CoH surround has been pretty much neutralized. Like it just had, except on the left it did some good, but on the right that loss of a chariot makes it completely wasted, basically.
Yeah, and Saints pretty much, I guess, solved his skirmishing problems now with Aragon having the horse archers on this flank. So it doesn't really look so bad for HoS, even though they've probably been the only ones really losing men, except for that one chariot that died. Because I think that HoS has a nice late game with the better pikes.
Can you that way?
Move.
Right, if they can weather the storm of the initial skirmishing of the light cav, then in the late game they're gonna have a superior end game strategy with the chariots and the infantry. They should definitely be able to take it if it goes to the late game with about even strength left, because just the quality is much better.
It's interesting to ask, like, who has a better infantry in this game, because it's very close.
Yeah, but I think the better heavy cav also would come into play.
Yeah, I think that in terms of melee cav, that goes to HoS because they have got the 6 companions and 6 maidens versus 5 praetorians and 4 catas. So, and infantry's close.
Yeah, infantry is very close
because they got the 2 urbans, and I think Pontus and Seleucid infantry is almost evenly matched, if not evenly matched. And Yeah, Macedon definitely has an advantage in infantry, but that one pike's depleted, and the two urbans plus the Armenian spears are probably a match for the
Yep. It's gonna come down to
Macedonians.
winning the cav fight quickly enough to support the infantry, but they do have the chariots, and that could be a huge decider in the cav fight, which would allow their massive heavy cav.
But in terms of missiles and light cav,
yeah, that's where
CoH gets a really big advantage. So the melee cav is pretty close. Infantry's maybe even a little bit good for CoH. But when it comes down to skirmishers, that's really good for CoH.
Yeah,
so I'd say CoH has a solid faction advantage here. So Tax moving his archers, but don't know what he's gonna do with it because he can't really shoot these loose formation pikes, and Saint could just pull back his archers. Looks like Aragon's skirmishing a little bit,
doing a little bit of damage there. Obviously, nothing major here.
And Aragon's a very good player, but he is rusty, so I don't think he's quite as good as. And you see right there, he just lost his horse archer. He doesn't have quite, and the maidens are backwards. And really, that's not going to affect much, but it's kind of a symptom of his rustiness. And he's going to pull them back now. But Aragon does end up doing pretty well in this game. So this game's not really had any melee fights yet, but
I guess that can be expected with the army they brought.
And considering this is like a very intense game because these clans don't like each other at all, and that pike is down to 41 now.
That's 20 casualties, which is huge because when they end up having to fight like a Armenian spear with like urban support, if that ends up with being what happens, that would make them at a serious disadvantage because they'd be down to normal infantry strength.
Right. So Saints made this weird double line with his archers, which I kind of like because then he can just turn it around really quickly. And Saints got this weird push going on, and Aragon's probably taking that a little too far because he doesn't want to get shot by horse archers. I don't know why. I don't know what they're accomplishing exactly by doing that. But sorry for my sniffling. I have a little bit of a cold.
Looks like they're making kind of a shift here.
Yeah, I guess they're getting closer together. So
and looks like they're moving over to the flank here a little bit more.
Right.
But now it looks like they're kind of shifting back. Just consolidating, I guess, was just the main goal there. The Pontic left flank though, I mean, they're skirmishing out further there, so they are a little isolated, but obviously nothing serious here as...
Zeke's got that weird chariot there. I'm not exactly sure why he wants that there. I mean, I feel like Dowd, if he wants to, could go try and shoot that even, because he's not accomplishing anything right now.
Right, by just staying there. Yeah, I don't know why he would need to move that chariot out. It's not like doing anything more importantly, unless he was trying to go trap the skirmishers. But I don't think that would be very effective.
Yeah, but overall Zeke's been a very effective foil for Dowd.
Yeah, I mean he has. Yeah, probably. Basically negating any skirmishing attempts by the Pontic and Roman forces that were over there before that are now over with Armenia, but they've been very effective. So now, just some more skirmishing, obviously. A little bit of an engagement looks like there. Might have lost a couple of men, not too much. The Arabs pulling back away from the... Or no, they're pulling back. I mean, they're trying to get some shots off maybe on these Greek Cav.
Greek Cav have taken some casualties, but Saints managed to keep them in good health, which is good. I think the Greek Cav have a very important part to play, because Cav numbers are definitely going to play a role in this game. And Saints really just jostling his men. I mean, he's really not settled down the way Zeke has about a defense for the missiles. Zeke has not changed his strategy for defending against the missiles the entire game.
and it's been effective, and that's why. Yeah, Saint was also trying to like push forward sometimes, and with Aragon, I don't know that was like the most effective. I think if he just sat back like Zeke was doing here, that's all he needs to do, and it's been very effective.
On the other hand, Dowd has not done anything this game, like really at all, other than lose his chariot. He's really, I mean, I don't mean that to insult Dowd. Dowd's a pretty good player. I lost to him in the Barbarian Warlord tournament. I was very, very disappointed about that, but he's not really played a role in this game yet.
Yeah, it needs to be more active. When you have the skirmishing advantage, you gotta be able to be active with it and use it to your advantage as much as possible. Because if it goes into the melee engagement and your skirmishers have been not effective and you end up losing, then your skirmishers are going to become less and less effective as the battle drains on.
Right. And TAC has been also pretty much ineffectual. It's only Nadintu who's actually done anything this game.
Yeah, I mean, TAC moved his cav over here, but they haven't done basically anything. They lost some men here, but yeah, Ninja has done a lot though. Definitely helping out with the archer killing there is very important, especially with the Eastern archers being as shitty as they are against the Macedonians.
At least TAC hasn't been static the way Dowd has. He's trying to look for openings, but it's just slow, and not sure exactly what Dowd is doing with his chariots now, but we might get a couple kills off of these archers. Yeah, so Zeke's trying to be a little bit more aggressive. I wouldn't doubt whatever he's doing because he generally has a good idea what he's doing.
So the route of the peasant, whatever, not a big deal.
Let's check on the other flank.
Yep.
So it looks like CoH has been a little bit more aggressive in putting their light cav all the way behind. Yeah, which definitely. I'm not sure it's going to do anything, but
just going for the in-circle in general. I think here you can see you're going to try to chase away the Scythians, which they do successfully there.
HoS has made a very... This has been... if you've seen the game between CoH and the Asian Tigers, which was a Russian team, you can see that the Asian Tigers were playing much more compact than HoS is here. And HoS is still playing more compact than CoH, but they have a very open defense.
Yeah.
So here's Saint. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah, he's missing the lose men doing that. He should... Looks like he tried to push up his pikes here. It looks like it was the HoS team pushed up here.
Yeah. Maybe we can put this on like double or normal play now. Let's try normal play.
Normal, okay. So yeah, we're gonna go into normal here. The game's gonna start to heat up, but I mean you can still see like here. I don't know if Saint is obviously. I think they're looking for the melee engagement, but I think he's still leaving his men pretty open to fire.
Yeah.
Whereas Zeke has done a better job because like his archers are spread out and there's nowhere they can go and get like free shots as easily.
Right. TAC, I think he's like and he's like, oh, look at those legionnaires, they're so undefended. Zeke's not gonna notice. But of course Zeke is going to notice. So he's going to try to go for the legions, but it's not going to work out for him.
Yeah, I'm going to pull back here. He's still going to go for it.
He left back his general, which is a very TAC thing to do.
He's looks like
pretty cautious. If he had been less cautious, he might have actually gotten that strike in, which would have been devastating.
Yeah, but I guess it's just better safe than sorry. I mean, I think at this point in the battle, although HoS has done a good job to stop CoH's skirmishing efforts, CoH looks like they're in a pretty good position. Like I would not be worried because you're like HoS has to react to your moves at this point because they're playing defensively. So better safe than sorry. Just take the kills where you can get them. I think that's what TAC was going for.
Yeah, no team here is really at a significant disadvantage at this point in the game. Look at all this light cav. It's kind of not been that effective, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Saint has taken some losses, but considering the fact that there are like 5 light cav back there, it's not.
Yeah, you expect more.
It's actually 7 light cav. It's really not that impressive. So Nadintu's gonna go for strikes on Saint's archers, but Saint's ain't gonna take no bullshit from nobody. So he's just gonna push up his pikes.
Oh,
so he got like maybe like 3 archer kills.
And they'll probably get shot on
and
the way
then
out.
that one archer is gonna die. So Niditch is actually doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, being more active, I think, than the other two CoH players.
Let's see what's going on over here. Not much. The light cav kind of just harassing. That chariot's definitely in danger. So yeah, Saint playing kind of a risky game because he has less archers now. His pikes are in tight.
Yeah, especially with the casualties he's already taking, he does not need to take any more losses on his pikes.
He's asking to be shot, but I like this move of moving around because those pikes are really good barrier. There's not that many units that CoH can readily move over there that can fight his pikes, and he's shooting at Nadintu's pikes, so this is actually a pretty good push. Better hope not. Sorry about that, guys.
So, effective push, and especially because there's only 4 counterfacts, although it looks like the Praetorians might have moved over there a little bit to help.
Which just gave Zeke an opportunity. And I don't know if I like that push. That seems like really aggressive for Legions, because Legions can definitely be swamped.
Yeah. I mean, the Pontus still has chariots on the field, and yeah, that could be risky, but it looks like it didn't.
It paid off. It looked like he got a few kills, and
He's still pushing here.
Yeah.
But I mean, he does have good support. I think it's not.
And he's throwing the javelins.
That looks like effective. I mean, he did have his jab and his chariots in support pretty close by, so I guess it wasn't that aggressive. Especially because there's only like a couple chariots left for Pontus now that they were wasted.
I don't know exactly what Zeke's doing here, but I'm sure it's not terrible. So Saint has actually made a really good push.
Yeah, pushing him back here.
He's really simplified this game with Nadintu.
Yeah, but you'd expect the light cav to be just way more annoying. They haven't played the part they need to play, especially with chariots on the field.
Yeah, it's really weird, honestly, that good players like Nadintu and Tak have not really been able to make effective use of those light cav. There's still a horde of these Pontic units. That's the way it looks like CoH is playing, with these hordes of light skirmish units on the flanks. But it just hasn't really paid off.
Right, and once the main engagement comes, like, they're going to be able to be pushed back so easily because they're all so light that, you know, they might be able to just open up their army's flanks.
Yeah, these I think the CoH could have honestly split up their units a little bit more. Maybe been more effective, because honestly there were just these 2 barricades on each flank, and the HoS was used that to stop from losing the skirmish fight the entire game long. And I don't know if Aragon's actually used his chosen archers yet, but it's a very good unit to have in the late game, and they're better than Tak's Archer Ox. Although Archer Ox are definitely a more cost effective unit.
Yeah.
Wow. Bronze Shields took
28. They took a javelin volley, I'm pretty sure.
And these ones
32.
And these ones.
So I mean, and this is Gen 2, 35 men. Your general.
And 45 over here. Some pretty nasty casualties.
Yeah, I wonder if I think they got shot in the rear as by the Scythian archers as they tried to run away. And
it looks like Tak lost his light capped peasants. Definitely not your definition of an effective. I think they're exhausted, so not good. You definitely want to keep your light cap fresh. I mean, that's an easy thing to do. But, I mean, Tak kind of asked for it. I mean, he literally shifted his light calf all the way across the game.
Well, what's interesting here, and what can definitely help HoS, is their armies are so much more compact. They have, like, the interior lines. They can support each other much more quickly than CoH, which can be very helpful when you look at fatigue and just, like, timely support for your allies.
Yeah. And I think at this point, you could definitely say that HoS has the infantry advantage because of Dowd's situation with his pikes. And I think Dowd has definitely been a weakness for CoH in this game. He did rout that one, or amok that one chariot, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be that...
Especially considering he lost his own chariot.
Yeah, I mean... And I think he took casualties on the chariot that he used to amok that one, so I think he only has one chariot left. Or one intact chariot left.
Yeah, that one definitely took casualties over there. That looks like it's lost down 1-2 shirts.
Yeah. So at this point, it looks actually kind of nice for HOS, but still totally anyone's game. Looks like Peasant's really paying off, being a real nuisance for
my son.
for CoH there.
Yeah, supporting the advance of the chariots there.
So HOS just continuing to push. TAC's really kind of jonesing to, I think, charge the legions. I think he's gonna want to do that.
Looks like some Pontic units got routed back here. Is it a chariot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a waste.
That's what I would really be wanting to do if I were TAC, is just trying to eliminate those legionnaires, because it's such a juicy target for Praetorians.
Yeah, and I mean,
almost
you
ideal.
can see they're pushing up. They're not holding back.
They're asking for it.
They're totally asking for it.
I mean, he could do it right now, like right at this very second.
I mean, even if they try to pull
but
back,
he's not doing it, and I don't understand that.
even if there's a counter attempt, you can push up your pikes too, and it would be now he's going to try.
And
to
now
go
he's
for
going to try it, but yeah, now Tate has. And he could still do it. I think he should still go for it, but I don't think he will. Or looks like he has a little bit, but they're in guard mode. Pikes are coming in.
Yeah, it was too late. He had the opportunity. Definitely had the opportunity to get a much.
And now the maidens are coming in. This is just not that good.
Yeah, you can see a lot of dead Praetorians, and they don't have the cavalry to give.
Legions losing negligible.
Right, and especially when the heavy cav of the Romans and CoH in general, they don't have that many men to lose because they're already at a disadvantage.
Yeah. So that's not that. I think it's almost fair, but honestly, TAC should have been looking for more than a fair trade.
Yeah,
there.
he had an opportunity that he probably missed, I think.
And looks like Zeke's skirmishing with those units over there. I don't know who will come out on top there, but looks like Zeke's the only one with a scythe chariot. Saint using his pikes better than Nidintu at the moment.
Yeah, and you can see the flames coming onto the Nidintu's pikes, and they're definitely going to start losing men, making up for the pikes that he lost earlier on.
They don't have very many upgrades. They're just shitty pike units, and once they get flamed, they're basically going to rout.
Yeah, they're not going to be very combat effective. The more times they get flamed and lose men.
Oh, okay. Over here, it looks like
that's weird.
Again, another chance. What Nidintu pulls back? He literally had a clean charge on Zeke's general.
I want to see, yeah, and you can see. I mean, those men. Oh, that is not.
That was
perhaps he was worried about. Because the units were actually back here. Most of the men.
So many missed opportunities though to kill Zeke's legions.
He's got to just be more. Here we have a massive blob of cavalry here, but it looks like they're gonna pull out.
I mean, there wasn't much that CoH could do to oppose that blob of cav.
We can see though, these pikes are basically dead. There's gotta be like not that many men. That's gotta be like 15,
the healthiest
men.
One is at 46 actually.
46, yeah. But his general is dangerously low. That's dangerous right there.
Right.
Legion's gonna come in here. That's a good charge.
And Dow just being really ineffectual in this game.
He's trying to pull out here, but that's just not gonna be that effective.
Still trying to rest these exhausted Auxilia, but they're not going to really...
Companion charge in there, probably trying to get a route on some
Everything's getting in there. Now, Saint's really using his pikes well by just acting as this barrier.
And now they can get...
Now they're totally Pontus is getting exposed. Totally swamped. Game over for Pontus.
And that makes it 2-on-3. This could get really bad now. I mean, just a huge mistake. He lost way too many pikes, way too easily. You should have been able to charge those legions. The legions should never get close enough to your pikes to throw the javelins when you have cavalry in such close support. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the Zeke's legions were way out there with no support really for most of the time.
Yeah, I kind of want to pause the game at this point because this is an interesting situation. This is the first situation where I feel that HoS is now in a dominant position on the
yeah, and you can see this flank is gonna collapse, and there's not much Rome has to oppose it because of the army. They brought just archers, and when this cavalry blob comes, they're gonna be able to take out those Praetorians probably, and then the pike sweep will come with the legions, and that'll be pretty annoying and very deadly.
This game might have actually been more interesting or better for CoH if TAC had say brought a multitude of Jav units and like maybe 5 or 6, and then urbans.
Yeah,
lots of urbans. That would have given them and archers. That would have given them advantages in almost every area. And then if Dowd probably should have brought six chariots would have been better.
Yeah, 6 chariots and just. But of course he did, and he did lose some of the chariots way too easily.
Yeah, Dowd just not exercising that much self-control in this game. The Jav Cav's still alive for Dowd, but
yeah, they could try to harass and pull back some of the heavy cav to protect the archers, but at this point that's probably not going to happen.
These tired archers of Saint, it looks like they're actually going to get into the melee and not just get charged. So it looks like the exhausted Jav Cav have a very good chance of losing. I don't think they will lose, but they're going to lose men. And archers, HoS definitely has enough archers at this point, at more than
with all
CoH.
those Scythian archers, yeah, and the Pontic archers are now exposed because I mean you can see here the Saint's push is going to be very effective here, and just like splitting the army in two between Rome and Armenia.
Right. So now what we have is a somebody's general. I think that was Pontus.
Yeah, with the maidens there.
So then it looks like these Urbans. Unfortunate timing for Saint to have put his pikes down because now he can't charge the Urbans through his own
They
pikes.
didn't kill 4 though.
But that was from the pikes, I think.
Yeah.
So he could have eliminated the Urbans right then, but
Yeah.
Saint just playing really, really smart. Saint is an excellent all-around microer. Like, he's just pushing normally, but he's managing to get a lot of kills just by making only smart calls and only fighting when it's hugely beneficial.
Right. And now you can see
now CoH is getting desperate, and Aragon, you can see he's not quite in the best form, I would think, but he's doing fine to get away. Aragon's a very good player.
That's gonna
those Urbans, those are just
they're gone.
They're totally gone.
And now there's just not enough left on the field.
There's still hope for CoH, but it's not. It's really not looking. This is not a good charge.
Yeah, not
right
a good
into
charge.
the pikes.
I mean, the companions just pull out nicely.
And he's losing some archers.
Yeah, CoH is just too clumped. They're all
Die.
clumped together. They can't use their cavalry effectively. They're just being squeezed together by HoS's superior, vast, and numerical superiority.
So he could have lost his jabs there. Looks like he is going to lose them. And for some reason, Dowd decided to not engage those Jav Cav. He could have, evened this game up a little bit, but
yeah, but there's not too much hope. There's just so many men left, and there's the maidens. All the cavalry is basically alive here for both sides except for Pontus. But
and it looks like Saint's getting even more good
chariots coming in.
Yeah,
maidens.
That chariot's not gonna make it.
Yeah,
and that chariot might actually mulk into the. So we'll see what happens, but
just pushing the.
This just looks really good for. That's brutal. That chariot's not gonna be good for Saint, but I think it's not.
Had it been a little earlier, would have been worse. Oh, that's gonna kill some of those.
It's gonna kill some maidens. That was not a very good chariot. Bad chariot.
Yeah, that was.
And now these pikes are gonna start to die. I told you that they would route like
yeah,
nothing.
there you go.
Now they're just mass routing. But Jadintu is gonna go after these maidens, and I don't think Aragon's gonna show much restraint here. I mean, this to me, you would think the maidens are definitely gonna die, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are flank charges coming in here,
and then this clump of Z-Cav.
Yeah.
But I think it would be close to see if they will hold.
But the gen is gonna be in there. If the gen dies early in that fight
But that's exactly what you'll see, is that Aragon's Cav is actually going to win this somehow.
Well, that's probably part of it right there.
Look at this.
Armenian master.
Look at this. This is just absurd. They're beating all the cataphracts. Tax force to pull out.
Probably, but I think he was just. I think if Tag had stayed in there, he probably would have won with the Macedonian Cav coming. That's a very good display from the maidens there.
Right. But I mean, even if Aragon lost all his maidens, the cataphracts would have been almost dead, and Saint's Cav still would have been very dominant.
Plus, with all the archers, they could just snipe the Cav probably.
Right, and Zeke still has all his archers. I don't know why they're clumped up over there, but
now it's just a matter of pushing everyone back to the red line, just killing them off.
Yeah, and then now Tacitus's archers in jeopardy. This is a lot of kills. It's field day for a companion. And so Maiden's still very much alive. Praetorian's still alive, but I think that's the most significant force for the CoH. And it's really the only hope for CoH.
But they can't really get the best engagements because Saint isn't going to allow them to get the best engagements with those spikes.
Saint doesn't strike me as the player who's just going to lose his cav. I think he's more than capable of taking out CoH's remaining archers.
Yeah, you can see here there's just not enough cav left on the field for the CoH team to protect all the archers who are all just separated while the cav is clumped. Not a good situation at all.
Yeah, definitely. So Tack playing like I don't know. Tack just seemed way too cautious in this game.
Yeah, he had a chance to take those legions out.
He needed to be aggressive and he wasn't. Because you bring this cav for this situation, you're gonna have to, and it looks like those maidens are not gonna win.
Yeah, some of them are maybe.
So that's Aragon pretty rusty in this game.
Yeah, but he did play well in some situations. I think he definitely contributed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was the one who crushed Pontus. He definitely killed some archers. He killed most of the cataphracts.
Yeah.
So
and the archers had
Maiden's still somewhat alive.
Yeah, Senden died.
Legions. Zeke played a really good skirmish game, but I'm kind of skeptical of the way that Zeke played with his.
Yeah,
legions.
he's lucky to get those legions alive. They were exposed this entire battle. Like, just very unfortunate for CoH's part to not have the charge come in there and just wreck.
Right. I mean, you can't call it unfortunate. It was Tack's fault. I mean.
Right, but it would have been very good to see that charge come in and just take out a lot of those legionnaires.
I guess it looks like fate has finally smiled on Tack. He gets a pretty nice opportunity there.
Right on the gen. That last cav could come in and be a little bit annoying on the back.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing with it.
There you go.
Alright, now it's coming in.
That's a good charge.
Routes the gen. That looks like it will win. I mean, the Praetorians are very good units.
And there goes
I think Praetorians are my favorite unit. They're just so cost effective. It's absurd.
Yeah, that was what we needed a lot earlier in the battle. That would have kept Pontus' pipe.
And now Tag needs to freaking cycle back in. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
He's got to take out the rest of those men.
He needed to go back in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why he even pulled out in the first. Well, he probably pulled out for good reason, but just cycle back in immediately. But not doing it, and he should be going for the archers, I guess now.
Yeah, because I mean, there is still stuff left, but I mean, I guess the pikes would be the GG part of this game. Like, with Saints cav mopping up the rest of the archers, and with so many archers left on the field, I think.
Yeah, there's still a lot of companions on this field.
Especially so many units, and there's no archers left. There's so many archers left.
I would say the victory here is just mostly due to Saints' really good use of all of his units. He didn't waste anything.
Yep. I think that's what we expect. And it was just really good play. Like, they had the faction disadvantage, I would say, but you can definitely see how they outplayed the CoH players.
Really excellent game on both sides. I mean, CoH played a little bit too static at the beginning, and Dowd, I think, made some mistakes. And Tack played a little too cautious. Nadintu, also not great. Kind of parading his pikes in front of Saints archers.
Yeah.
So,
and then pulling them back from getting attacked in the rear. But I mean, I don't know. I think it was definitely they had the factions to play with the skirmishing and light cav army, but it just didn't really pay off. I think that 6 chariots from Pontus would have been very good.
Yeah, I mean, this might have been surprising to some players because HoS in modern days is known as more of a 1 versus 1 clan. Zeke and Saint are very famous for that, but I mean, when you have players like Zeke, Saint, and Aragon on your team,
they're just going to be
even if they're not like specialists at team games, they're going to do well. They have good micro, good tactics. They're very adaptable. That's why they're good at 1 versus 1.
Yep.
But people often praise the teamwork of CoH, and that's not undeserved. But I think maybe just the player advantage was on the side of HoS. But good game.
Yeah, good game.